Imagine a place, right? Often just dismissed as just a slum, but it's actually this bustling home to millions of people, a hub of innovation.
Yeah, and incredibly, even producing fabric for some of the holiest sites in the world.
Exactly. Today we're taking a deep dive into just such a place. Welcome to the deep dive. This is your shortcut to being well informed. We dig through the sources, pull out the key insights just for you. Before we really jump in, though, if you're finding these deep dives valuable, if they're sparking your curiosity, giving you some amazing new info, we really encourage you to visit Mind Expansion Daily.
Yeah, there's loads more great content like this over there.
For sure. And please take a second to like and subscribe to Mind Expansion Daily. It genuinely helps us reach more curious minds, all over the world.
It really does make a difference.
And hey, if you feel like sharing the love, supporting what we do, you can always buy us a coffee. The link's right there in the description.
We appreciate it.
We also really, really want to hear from you. After you listen today, leave us a comment. Tell us if you agree, disagree, maybe what stood out to you.
And definitely tell us where you're tuning in from. We love seeing how far these conversations reach. Connecting learners globally, that's the goal.
Okay, let's get into it. Our focus today, Orangi Town. It's in Karachi, Pakistan.
Right.
And this isn't just like a spot on the map. It's this really vibrant, complex community that, well, it defies easy labels.
Absolutely. And to guide us, we've been digging into excerpts from Orangi Town: resilience, creativity, and community transformation. It gives this incredibly rich picture, really gets beneath the surface.
So our mission today is pretty clear. We want to uncover the secrets, you could say, of the grit, the creativity, the unity there that just fly in the face of common misconceptions.
Yeah, reveal a neighborhood that's absolutely pulsating with life and ingenuity.
It's really a story about people building their own future, even when things are incredibly tough. Now, the usual image of Orangi Town, well, unfortunately, it's often painted pretty negatively, right? Dismissed as a poor slum full of crime. And that narrative, it's been pushed by, well, outdated media sometimes, and even a 2016 UN report called it one of the world's largest slums. But that seems like a seriously misleading picture, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely misleading. It's an oversimplification that completely misses the sheer dynamism, the scale of the place.
Scale being the key word there.
Definitely. Orangi Town is vast. We're talking about 8,000 acres, home to an estimated 2.4 million people.
Wow. 2.4 million.
Yeah, it makes it one of Asia's largest informal settlements. But it functions, like a city within a city. Now, challenges. Yes, absolutely. Big ones.
Like what specifically?
Well, the sources mention things like about 40% of households facing water scarcity. A similar number, maybe 40%, living in housing that's considered substandard. And this is the crucial part, the real story, is the remarkable resilience, how people deal with these issues.
Right.
And even crime rates, often blown out of proportion, have actually seen improvement. Petty incidents dropped something like 15% recently, all thanks to community policing efforts.
So the community is actively tackling that too.
Exactly. The narrative isn't the label. It's the people's effort to reshape their home. Those labels are just reductive.
That's a really important distinction. So for a community this massive, facing these kinds of hurdles, how did it even start? What are its roots?
Well, its origins go back to the 1950s. After the partition of India in 47, it started as a refugee camp, Muslims coming from India.
Okay, post-partition.
Right. Then its population just exploded again in the 1970s. A huge wave of Bihari refugees came, displaced by the war in Bangladesh.
So multiple waves of displacement feeding into its growth.
Precisely. And the growth itself is staggering. You go from maybe 400,000 people in the 50s to that 2.4 million figure by 2016. It speaks volumes about migration and just the sheer need for a place to live.
Wow. Just thinking about that scale, it really changes how you might picture an informal settlement. And absorbing all those different groups, it must be incredibly diverse, culturally speaking.
It is. It's this vibrant mosaic, really key to its character. The sources break it down roughly, maybe 25% Pashtuns, about half, 50% are Muhajirs, those who came from India.
Right.
And then a mix of Balochis, Sindhis. But what unites them is a predominantly Muslim identity, about 99%. That's a major unifying factor.
Interesting.
And this diversity, it hasn't really led to friction in the way you might expect. Instead, it seems to have forged this really rich cultural fabric you see every day.
And you can really see that richness in daily life, can't you? Like the food scene.
Oh, yeah.
Bustling street vendors selling staples like biryani and nihari. And apparently that's food for like 80% of households. It's a shared thing.
It is. Food is huge there.
And the music, it's not just, traditional qawwali at shrines. You've also got modern Urdu rap. Artists like Banaras Beats getting traction, maybe thousands of Spotify streams soon. It shows something's bubbling up locally.
Absolutely. And that cultural vibrancy goes deep into community events, too.
Yeah.
Eid, for example, huge celebrations. Thousands come out for communal prayers, markets.
Creates a real sense of togetherness.
Exactly. It fosters this palpable unity. Really speaks to the community's strength, their shared identity, despite the diverse origins. Culture binding people together.
But maybe the most powerful story here is how residents tackled their challenges. Through these amazing community initiatives, you mentioned neglect from the city authorities.
Yes, the Karachi Metropolitan Corporation. There was frustration with the lack of services.
So residents didn't just wait. Back in 1980, Dr. Akhtar Hamid Khan started the Orangi pilot project, the OPP.
And what's so revolutionary about the OPP is its core idea. Locals taking charge. They financed and built their own low-cost sewage system.
Their own system, not waiting for the government.
Not waiting. This wasn't small scale either. They ended up installing, get this, 1.3 million feet of pipes, covering something like 90% of the streets.
1.3 million feet, that's incredible.
Benefiting over 1.5 million people directly.
Yeah.
It was a real bottom-up solution. Bypass the bureaucracy, empower the residents.
And there are these amazing human stories behind it, like Sultana Javed.
Yes, her story is powerful.
Her daughter tragically fell into a soak pit, just a crude open drain, and that spurred her into action. She mobilized her whole street, got neighbors together to install proper pipes.
And the impact?
Immediate. A 30% drop in waterborne diseases just in her area. Just amazing. And the OPP didn't stop there, did it?
No, it branched out.
Yeah.
The OPPRTI, the Research and Training Institute, they started training locals as barefoot architects.
Barefoot architects. Love that term.
Yeah. This initiative has helped build or improve thousands of homes, maybe 2,500 a year. And residents themselves invested collectively about $1.3 million of their own money into this.
That's serious investment from the community itself.
It really is. And looking bigger picture, the OPP evolved into this whole multifaceted model for self-reliance. You've got OPPRTI for the training, OPP-OCT, the Charitable Trust for Welfare, and OPPI-HASDA for Health and Development.
So it grew beyond just pipes.
Way beyond. Into housing, health services, and, importantly, microfinance. The OPP-OCT's microfinance program supports something like 60% of local microenterprises.
Wow.
And that's huge for empowering women, especially through home-based businesses, creating economic independence where maybe it didn't exist before.
You can see why people online, like on X back in 2025 apparently, were posting Orangi's DIY spirit is unstoppable and getting thousands of likes.
Makes total sense.
It's just this powerful proof of what happens when a community takes charge. Real community power. But Orangi isn't just about fixing problems with infrastructure. It's also, kind of surprisingly, this hub of creativity and innovation, even with all the challenges.
Which raises a good question, right? How does the community facing all that still foster such a vibrant, creative scene?
Yeah.
Well, the Benares cloth market is a perfect example. Its roots go back to post-partition craftsmanship. Today, it's a major textile center.
Producing what kind of stuff?
Intricate fabrics for global markets. And incredibly, they even contribute to the Kiswa cloth.
The covering for the Kaaba in Mecca.
The very same. This industry alone employs maybe 5,000 artisans.
Yeah.
It's not just local, it's globally recognized craft.
That's truly amazing. It makes you wonder, how do they maintain that quality and reach given the other challenges like infrastructure?
Yeah, that's a fair point. Infrastructure like roads is noted as a challenge by artisans.
And the creativity goes beyond textiles too, right?
Right on.
Street art.
Yeah, it's flourishing. Murals on maybe 20% of public walls depicting local life, often supported by groups like the Orangi Art Collective, formed pretty recently, 2023.
Nice.
And that music scene we touched on, blending traditional qawwali and hip-hop, they perform regularly, sometimes to crowds of over 1,000 at community centers.
So even with difficulties, creativity just finds a way. It thrives.
It really does. But despite all this progress, the creativity, the innovation, we have to be realistic. Orangi Town still faces major ongoing hurdles.
Right. It's not a finished success story. It's still a struggle.
Exactly. It's ongoing adaptation.
So what are the biggest ones still? Water scarcity seems huge.
Massive. Life-threatening. They rely on the hub dam, which is notoriously unreliable. And this shaky water supply contributes to, believe it or not, 40% of Pakistan's water-related deaths.
40%? That's shocking.
It is. Then there's electricity. Only about 60% of homes have consistent power. Maybe 20% use illegal connections, which is obviously risky.
Yeah, dangerous.
Crime, particularly against women, still a serious concern.
Yeah.
That figure of 77% reporting harassment between 2011 and 2014 is high.
Though you said community patrols helped reduce incidents somewhat.
By about 10% by 2024, yeah. So progress, but still an issue. And then looming over everything, climate change, making things worse. The 2020 floods, for example, hit the Orangi Nala area hard, displaced 7,000 households, and resettlement plans for them. Still lagging way behind. Heartbreaking.
These are deep systemic problems.
Absolutely. And they clearly need ongoing strong collaboration between the community and government agencies. The self-help stuff is incredible, foundational, but you need that external support too for these big systemic issues.
No community can tackle all that alone.
Precisely. It shows even the most resilient places need wider systemic change.
So, stepping back, what does this all mean? What are the bigger lessons from Orangi Town's story for cities around the world, especially places with similar informal settlements or challenges?
Well, Orangi offers some really crucial lessons. That OPP model, the pilot project, it's not just a one-off success.
It's been copied elsewhere.
It's been replicated in 40 other informal settlements just in Pakistan, impacting another 1.5 million people.
Wow.
And its success has even inspired international programs. Like Slum Dwellers International did exchanges with Tanzania back in 2015, sharing Orangi's approach.
So it's a potential blueprint.
A powerful blueprint, yeah, for how community-driven development can tackle neglect and empower people to build their own futures with dignity.
It really underlines the power of grassroots action. Communities often know best what they need.
They often do.
But, as you said, government support is still vital. That statistic, about only half the houses having formal land titles. That's a major barrier.
A huge barrier. It hinders further progress, security for residents. It's a key piece missing that needs that top-down attention.
Can't build equity without title sometimes.
Exactly. So ultimately, Orangi's story, this mix of deep resilience and dynamic innovation, it really challenges urban planners, policymakers everywhere to rethink things.
How so?
It shows it's not about imposing top-down fixes. It's about empowering residents, recognizing their agency, their ability, and then providing the support to amplify their efforts.
Right. So as you, our listener, reflect on all this, what does Orangi's story mean for your understanding of how cities developed, of community power?
Yeah. What do you think of this transformation from slum label to innovation hub?
Have you ever encountered a community that just totally surprised you, defied the labels with its resilience, its creativity?
Orangi really does defy those misconceptions. It offers these incredibly powerful stories of hope, ingenuity, collective action, lessons that could genuinely guide urban development globally.
It's a testament, really, that slum is just a label, not the definition of a community's spirit or potential.
Well said.
We would absolutely love to hear your thoughts, your experiences. Drop them in the comments below. And please don't forget to visit Mind Expansion Daily for more deep dives like this one.
Loads more insights there.
Remember to like, subscribe, maybe buy us that coffee if you found this valuable. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning.